So this is webinar number 20. We just wanted to go ahead and go over a quick few things before letting one of our amazing participants in Mish Pope give us some insight into Diamond Club and what success she's had currently throughout Diamond Club, and a couple of other things that she'd like to share with you guys as Diamond Club is going on. So we'll go ahead and go over a few things that I just wanted to share with you guys. Just want to let you know you guys did a great job for the first half of the month with the Start Strong incentive. It was a real success because there was such an excess of orders that you guys put through this month. It was really amazing, a great start to this month of April. I couldn't have asked for more. You guys have really outdone yourselves. I'd like to see that success. I know that you guys had planned to have those enrollments within the first half of the month, and it's been really working for everybody. So I would like to see how much more success we're able to have in the second part of the month as you work with your teams and follow up with those enrollments and previous enrollments that you've had throughout Diamond Club. So just remind you guys, those who got 18 enrollments or more before the 15th will receive the Passion and Forgive oils from our emotional aromatherapy range. And those that qualified with 12 enrollments, at least 12 enrollments by the 15th of the month, will receive the Correct X and the Essential Oil Deodorant as their incentive prize. So congratulations, guys. I'll be following up with those who qualified either today or tomorrow in the next couple of days so we can verify that information and go ahead and send those prizes out. We'll have those prizes out easily by the end of this week, and we're going to go ahead and have you recognized obviously next week on the webinar, and we'll send out that information in email as well. So again, great job. Even if you didn't qualify for those prizes and you got 10 or 11 or 9, or you know what, you're just having a hard time in this first half of this month, keep moving forward. You guys can still do it. There's still enrollments to be signed up. There's still great success to be had and great experiences and friendships to create. So let's go ahead and keep moving forward with that. You guys are doing great. You know what I've realized while talking with a few of you is there's needs to be a refocus. I mean, we're a little bit more than halfway through Diamond Club. We're halfway through the third month, so we only have about a month and a half left remaining in this great experience and event that we're taking place in. So a lot of people need to find ways to refocus yourself on your goals, maybe reset your goals. Maybe you've already accomplished a lot of your goals and you need to set newer, higher goals, or maybe you need to adjust what you're doing in order to reach the goals that you haven't quite hit yet. So, or maybe you just need to keep moving forward, and little by little you're going to hit those goals as you're moving forward. So refocus on your goals and your why that you've created for Diamond Club. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? Each of you have focused on this at the beginning of Diamond Club and maybe need to refocus and keep moving forward, because maybe you want that financial freedom. Maybe you want just to share the oils and this great company with everyone else around you. Maybe you want to have a successful business and move forward and get rank advance. Maybe some of you are just wanting to rank advance just to know that you can do it. There's different reasons for everybody. So a lot of it is a financial freedom for you and your family and for those around you to help build your team and strengthen others. Maybe that's why you're doing this, is to just help others around you and to serve others. So get focused on that why so that you can keep moving forward and help others and get those enrollments and strengthen them as they move forward, so that they can have the knowledge and information that you have to be able to move forward. So don't get down on yourself if you're not having a whole lot of success. Sometimes it comes in bursts. Obviously, life's a roller coaster, and Diamond Club is a very condensed time with doTERRA and your business. So there's obviously going to be a lot more ups and downs, and it's going to fluctuate quite a bit. So try to focus on those goals that you have reached, reflect on the success, reflect on what you've done this far. You have come this far, so you are doing amazing things with not only yourself and your team, but with others and building them up and serving them. So keep moving forward. You can finish Diamond Club. You all can do this. You've all come this far. It's only a little bit further, and it's definitely an accomplishable goal. So I just wanted to go ahead and recognize those rank advancements that we had during March. We had commissions processed on the 15th, so we were able to confirm just in case anybody was able to get the rank advancements through some transfers or anything like that. So I just want to recognize Michelle Gay as our newest platinum in the Australian market. And then we have John Croft, Penny Hardy, Margarita Humphreys, and Helen O'Grady as our golds, our new golds, reaching golds this month. So congratulations, guys. And we have a few more silvers as well. So congratulations, Pip Hughes and Carmen Guerin. Great job on reaching those new heights and new levels within doTERRA, those new rake investments. It's really showing off and paying off all the work and that you're doing personally with your teams and with your enrollments and in Diamond Club. So keep moving forward. You guys are really an inspiration towards everyone else that is participating in doTERRA Diamond Club, and as well as your team and everyone else in doTERRA. So thank you for being an example. Congratulations, and keep moving forward. You've made it this far. Now it's on to the next rank. Got to get those goals set to see what you can do to move forward with that. And then we'll go ahead and go into our top 20 for Diamond Club. Currently, we have Michelle Gay with the 558 points, and then from there on out, it's John Croft, Lynn and Peter Guerin, Tanya Zaida, Penny Hardy, Kisane Appleby, Polly Delaney, Aaron Blott, Rosemary and Gavin Nerney, Kirsten Thrush. That's our top 10. Congratulations, guys. We have Renee and Byron Twilley, Margarita Humphreys, Michelle and Godfrey Tyndall, Nick Fairbairn, Penny Huxtable, Juine Gotchling, Pip Hughes, Sam Bunker, Kira Fisher, and Helen O'Grady. That's our top 20 for Diamond Club this week currently. So we've seen a lot of fluctuation in the rankings. We know that sometimes we have success more towards the beginning of the month or towards the end of the month, or others have it more towards the beginning of Diamond Club, and others have it 1 month at a time. And it's just how you work with your team, how you're able to follow up and get those LRPs going. So congratulations, everybody. Anything is possible when you put your mind and your heart to it and you go to work. So congratulations. You guys are doing great. I just really want to recognize everybody in the ranks that you've been able to achieve, as well as the enrollment goals and the LRP goals. Keep moving forward towards those goals, and you'll see amazing things happen. So keep it up, everybody. I'm really impressed, and I'm really proud of you guys. We're going to go ahead and have a great speaker with us today, Michelle Gay, who's currently number 1 in Diamond Club in the rankings. She's really done well, and she's just reached platinum this last month. It's a new rank for her, which is really exciting. It's on to Diamond for her now. So I'm sure she's working really hard to get to that point. We'll go ahead and bring her on so that she can share with us. Just 1 second. All right, are you there, Mish?
Yes, I was just told I was unmuted. That's pretty funny.
Yep, that's how it is. You go ahead and give us some of that information that's really going to help us out. I was glad to be able to talk to you earlier today, kind of refocus on some information that you'd like to share with us. So the time is now yours.
Wow, give an American a lot of time. You're very generous. So Logan had asked me earlier about some 3 key areas that he wanted me to speak on. And the first area was how to be successful in Diamond Club. The second area was how to network in outside areas. So like if you're traveling somewhere that you haven't been before, how to make that a successful trip. And the third one was how to keep going. So the first one that I'll talk about is how to be successful in Diamond Club. And the cool thing about Diamond Club is that even if you haven't done it like really, hands down really amazingly, or you've just kind of let it evolve organically, and now you're ready to kind of like light your rocket and give it a really good hard go in the last 6 weeks. It's completely doable. Um, I think one of the things that's really helped me with my team is saying to them, these are my available dates, as opposed to saying to people, would you like to hold a class for me? Saying these are my available dates, and saying like, even saying like AM, PM, afternoon, all day, and being really specific with that is a really good opportunity for you to be very clear about. I think with Diamond Club, it's so crazy, like it's insane, crazy, 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 crazy. And the more specific you can be about what you need from your team or what you need from the universe as well, that energy that you put out there when it's specific, the energy that comes back will be much more inclined to be what you're looking for. So when you ask people, even at a class to book a date, or you're doing a follow-up and saying, would you be willing to hold a date for me? It's not about that ping pong like, oh, what about the 15th of this? No, I can't do that. It's just you can send a screenshot and say, these are my available dates. And so it makes it very clear and takes all that kind of riffraff of trying to sort out times. The next is, I think, being prepared beforehand. So, in my boot of my car, I have like copies of all of my presentations done. So I hand out presentations. You don't have to. You could just do them all off of the Empower Kit, but I have different ones I do. So if I rock up to a class and I wasn't expecting to present, or somebody says, actually, I don't really want to do a 101 class, I want to do a moods and emotions class, I have everything ready to go, so I'm completely prepared. And that's what you want to present, especially if you're doing multiple classes back to back. And that's also true if you have builders. So like if I have a builder and I'm going to go drive to Perth, which is 2 hours away, or I'm flying to Melbourne, or like I am right now, I'm currently in Melbourne, then I'm going to say, this is what I expect you to have. I need you to have price sheets, and I need you to have this printed off. What oils do you have? What oils do you need me to bring? All of that type of stuff is really important, so that when you get there, not only is it ready for you to be done and ready to go if you're supporting your builders, but you're also duplicating an expectation that's really high, so that when they do that for their builders, they say, do you have this, do you have that, etc. When you're doing a class, it's also important. One of my fastest growing builders has an amazing incentive where she is like a pro at booking classes off of classes. So she gives an incentive, like a gift or something, to the person who hosted the class. So let's say my builder Beck does a class, and Sally decides to have Beck over to do a class, and all of Sally's friends are there. She'll say, if you book a class with me today or with Sally, then I'm going to give Sally, the host of the class, like a half price something, or this gift or whatever. So what it does is it allows people to see that there's a benefit for them to opening their house, opening their home, to you to come, because it does take a lot of effort. People clean their house, they get food ready, the kids, are off with dad or at daycare. So there's an acknowledgement of that I think is really important. So you can't just think that, and that's not something I'm actually very good at. Okay, that's not one of my strong suits. So watching my builders find their own rhythm. Some of my girls in their classes, to make it successful, they play games and make it more interesting. So it's about being prepared. It's about recognizing that the longevity of your business is to tap through and out. So not just in your warm market, not they call the low-hanging fruit or whatever. I hate that term, but I guess you guys understand that. Is to be able to really work through those network and reach out to those people who really need essential oils, but may not know that they're there, and to be able to ask people, would you be willing to share with your friends and family? Oh yeah, I've got 5 friends. Okay, well these are the 10 days that I'm available. When would be the best time to suit you? And you put that in your diary on the day, so it's all done. So, and Logan was asking me how many classes do I do. I did 50 classes in March. So that would be, I think I did maybe, I don't know, 40 or so in-person classes, and then I did online classes for my team in the States. I did online classes for my team for extra support. I did online training for my builders. Because one of the biggest things for doTERRA, like with Diamond Club, is that you feel like, I was actually saying to one of my friends today, I just feel like I can't keep up with everything. And the way I can keep up with everything is to use online. Some people don't want to pack their kids up, or they can't pack their kids up, but after 8 o'clock at night, when their kids are in bed, they're happy to sit on the couch with a glass of wine or a cup of tea and learn about another aspect of emotional aromatherapy or how to build your business. And you can use online really, really easily to connect with people and to train them while you're in Diamond Club. It's a really easy way to duplicate. And I also use that as well to do a lot of follow-up. I still do follow-ups as best as I can, but I do offer follow-up classes through my team page where I can connect with people who've enrolled and maybe do like a follow-up with 10 people all at once. So I'm using my time really efficiently. So I think the thing is when you're booking classes is to set that intention and to set that energy and to, always overbook, because people are going to change and things are going to happen, and the 10 people that were going to come go down to 1, or, things happen. And you just have to make sure that you have more in the stockpile than you think that you need. So for out of area locations, so I say to people, if you're not willing to travel, you need to get willing to travel. You need to go where the energy is always. I think that's one of the biggest learning lessons. It's not just for rank. Like, I'm in Melbourne right now doing a class for a girl that's not even on my team, and then I'm doing 2 classes for a girl who isn't going to help me rank advance at all. She's on a leg that doesn't need any volume. But that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that my team knows that when they say, Mish, can you come, I go. That I'm stepping up and I'm saying, yep, you're raising your hand, you're saying yes, you're booking 2 classes, you've got me there, and I'm coming. So how to be successful when you do a new area, like out of area where you've never been before. One is that you need to have somebody there who knows the people. So I have done a class before where I knew no one in a town and I got 0 enrollments, because really, if you're going into a town and they don't know you, it's going to be really hard to make connection with people, and that's what we're trying to do. So it's about finding connection and making connection. And sometimes, like if I go out and drive out, I know that sometimes I'm not going to make a ton. I just went to Mount Gambier and I enrolled a couple people, knowing that I wasn't expecting to enroll a lot of people. That purpose of that trip was for me to set roots and to kind of get everyone's ears perked up. And the most important thing is, if you're going to go out of area, you either have a builder there who's ready to go, or at least someone who you've enrolled who's keen to share, and then you must go again. And I would say you need to go again within 8 to 12 weeks, right? So if I'm gonna commit to growing a team in South Australia or in the Wheat Belt or America, whatever, I would need to go more than just once a year or one time, because they need to see that you're coming, right? So you can't expect, unless you have like a firecracker builder, which I do have in South Australia. But the point is that I went. So, she was newly enrolled. She said, I can get 15 people, which she did. I went out once. I went out again. And then she's gone off on her own. But you have to be able to connect with those people who are ready. And like I said before about being prepared, was that you need to make sure that when you're out there that that you've given your builders, if you have a builder there, either the information to find sample vials, or you've sent them some sample vials. They have tear pads, they have access to price sheets, they know where all of that information is, and that you do training around how to give out samples and how to support connecting with the oils beforehand. Because the thing is, and we know the most successful enrollments and the most successful connection to doTERRA is when people come to a class with prior experience. So I don't go anywhere unless I know that my builder has connections. Like people have asked me to go places, and I say I'm not going to go unless you have someone there who's willing to basically be the host while we're there, because it won't be successful for any of us if we do that. The other thing too is that, yeah, I think that having expectations high, supporting your builders by providing some basic material, even if that's sending them 20 sample vials and some therapy, one of each tear pad that you have, some price sheets, some enrollment forms, all of that. it might cost you 20 bucks, but you're giving that person that foundation to go, and then they know that you're coming to meet them, so that all the energy is really high, that vibration is really high, and then you do your online support or your Skype calls, etc., to help them out. I think the other thing too is when you're out of area locations as well is to not just assume that they understand what you're talking about. So really going through like how, like, you know, how many people do you have coming? Are they interested? Have you shared the oils with them? And almost, it's not interrogation, but I think it gives you a really good idea of their commitment to what you want. Because, you know, if you're flying from Perth to Melbourne, that's a huge, you know, huge trip, plus renting a car and getting a hotel room. Like, that's a huge amount of money for you and a huge outlay. But it can be really, really successful. And I think the thing then is it's also a business opportunity for you as well to really encourage and nourish your builder wherever they are, and to really set them off and go. And I also think that you know, having a couple classes booked is really important as well. Not just one, but multiple classes and different types of classes. So, you know, like an intro class, then maybe a specialty class, and maybe one more, so that you use your time really, really efficiently. And also, when you're out of town area too, like on your Facebook page, you could say, does anybody have any contacts in X, Y, and Z? Because there's, you know, your networks you might not have any contacts, but you might have a growing team, and they say, actually, my aunt, uncle, and whatever are all in that town as well. My aunt, you know, is really keen on the oils. So, you know, you can connect with a lot of other people who may not necessarily you think are connected, but actually do have connections. So, and also following up, like I said before, it's really, really, really important, I think, to say, I'm going to come back out again, and to live up to that, because the last thing that you want to do is to, you know, go into town, enroll all these people, and then just kind of never go back. So I think it's important that if you're going to go out and you're going to make a commitment to an area that is new to you, that you may not have any builders in, or you have one person who's enrolled and they're not really keen to build, but they've got some momentum, that you feed off of that momentum and that you go back out again. Even if it means that you drive 5 hours or fly again, you know that there's momentum there and that you know the area better, and you start working that area. I also think you have to kind of have different expectations as well. Like, you know, I've gone out to areas and it's been a complete and total shock at how well received it was, and I've also gone to areas where it's been a complete bomb. But I always think that everyone's seed sprouts at different times, and sometimes people are just really ready for it. You know, they're really ready for doTERRA and they're ready for natural solutions, and sometimes people just aren't ready for it. But that doesn't mean that your effort hasn't been in vain. I also think, you know, when you're going out and you're supporting your team, you're branding yourself as someone who is a supportive mentor. So maybe someone says, you know, has just started out and they think, you know what, I know that Mish is really supportive because she's come out twice to our area, and I'm really interested in actually building the business because I know I'm going to get support from her, or whoever you are. Because not only is your brand or how you run your business about you and how you present a class, it's also how you support people and how you support your builders. And there's a lot to be said about your actions. There's a lot to be said about how what time you give to people and the advice you give and the support you give. And I think that that's a really important key aspect to the sustainability and the growth of your business. And the last one that Logan wanted me to talk about was ways to keep going. Oh, that's funny, Logan. Oh man, I said to someone today, I was like, oh my gosh, it was 6 weeks at Diamond Club. I don't know if I can do it, but I know I can. And the reason why I know I can is, one, I have my oils and I have lots and lots of bottles of frankincense. And so I encourage all of you to be taking your LLV and to be taking your Motto 2 Max and to be taking your DDR Prime and your frankincense to help your body process all that stress and that exhaustion. You know, lots of basil and peppermint and rosemary for your adrenals. And eat as healthy as you can. I know it's hard sometimes when, you know, you're eating Hungry Jacks and think, oh my God, I'm not the pillar of health at the moment, but you're doing the best that you can. And I think also one of my favorite treats for myself is kinesiology. Kinesiology has really helped me a lot release a lot of stress and emotional blocks, especially around success and stress and worth, which I think comes up when we're really tired and when we're constantly giving and we're constantly on the go and we're constantly answering messages and we feel like we have 500 follow-ups and maybe things didn't go the way they wanted to. Releasing all that kind of self-doubt on a really subconscious level is really important. I also think, you have to come back to your why. If your why for Diamond Club isn't bigger than your quit, you'll definitely quit. I think Diamond Club is harder than building a business because it's just such an intense process. I think you also have to recognize that it's one step at a time. Like, it's one class at a time. Maybe that class was crap. You've got to shake it off and move on. You can't be attached to the outcomes of something that happened a long time ago or last night or the week ago, because it's a new energy, it's a new day, it's a new experience, and you have to just be willing to go with it. I mean, I've had no-shows. I've had 10 people show up and they've all been enrolled. I've had a lot of people really interested, then absolutely, no response from it. But I just keep going because if I got hung up on the outcome of something previously, I would never have the success I've had now, because I just keep going. I also think you need to set your intention. So my intention from the very beginning, and still my intention with Diamond Club, was never to win Diamond Club. My intention with Diamond Club was 100% completely just to get to 18 enrollments every month, and after that everything was a bonus, and I still hold that true to this day. My intention was to grow my team outside of where I am locally, which has happened, and my intention is to help my builders solidify their own strength and their own energy so that they become more so that they become stronger in who they are as a builder, which is also happening. Because I'm on Diamond Club so much, I can't be as available to people, and ironically, when you're not as available, people become more resourceful, so that's been really good. I also have on my phone, my password to my phone is 18, and then the rank that I want to get to, which is Diamond. So every day I'm punching in 18 diamonds, and so maybe if you're thinking you want to get to silver and you want to get 18 enrollments, you put 18 silver, or you want to get to blue diamond, you put blue, or if you want to get to presidential, you put presidential. But there's a lot to be said about constant affirmations, which are positive, that we do subconsciously, and every time I think it's 18 diamond, like, that's what I have to type in. It's a subconscious thought, and well, I don't know if it works, but that's just what I do. And you always need to go where the energy is. Like, you have to show up where the energy is, even if it means that that one leg is going to grow a ton. Remember, it's raising your vibration so that other leg that's kind of doing nothing goes, hey, she's actually flying over there. Then you start to raise that vibration. If you're like, oh, well, I'm actually going to just focus on this leg that has no energy, you're missing out on so much. And it's a balance. It's important to find that balance and to stabilize yourself at a rank and to take it one step at a time. I think, it's easy to get caught up in, I've never thought about going to Diamond until I got to Platinum. My goal was to get to Platinum. My goal has always been to sustain Platinum, so I have a stable base, and then I'll go to Diamond. Once I hit Platinum, I just looking at my team to stabilize them, working through classes on those legs that need it, and then looking at my diamond leg and how I can restructure my fourth leg and help that out when it was the right time. Never really have an intention for something bigger, but always make sure you're going through the steps. And that will help you reduce your anxiety and frustration about where you are. Okay, I'm at silver, I need to stabilize this leg because my goal is gold. So I'm going to start structuring myself for gold, but really solidify myself at silver and make sure that I'm going through that self-development process so that when I get to gold, I'm a leader in gold that I want to be, etc., etc., etc. And remember that even if things don't go well, like if, you go and think, oh, that was such a waste of time, it's never a waste of time if you're going to some place, if you're like, I've been using Airbnb, which is a US-based bed and breakfast company, and of the 3 bed and breakfasts I stayed at, I've enrolled 2. So you never know, like maybe you only have 1 enrollment, but then you may meet an Airbnb hostess who then decides to be a builder because she has all these people who come through her door, or it taps into a network that you would have never been able to tap into because they're just completely random people that you've met who just love the oils and they love what you're doing and they just get to know you because of who you are. So remember that it's not just always about getting enrollments and the points that you get and the rank that you're at. This is a journey for you, and these oils will totally change your life, and they will totally change your team's life, and and they're just such a beautiful thing to share. And when you get caught up in the rank and the this and that and rah rah rah, just be like, just take it all back and be like, I'm doing this because I want to empower people or change people's lives through these beautiful oils. And when you come from that place, always the energy starts to become more positive and more focused on really what you want and less about being systematic in your approach. So, and you know what? It's okay to like want to kill doTERRA. It's okay to just like really honestly just want to slingshot it to Mars and be done. And there are days when I just say to my team, guys, I'm eating Thai food and drinking red wine. I'm not talking to anybody until tomorrow morning. And it's okay for you to say, I need to check out and to ask your uplines to cover any questions for a day or two, because that's what they're there for. We're all human beings, and the joy of doTERRA is that it's really cool and then you get to make it your own business. And I think the drawback of doTERRA is that it can be such a hamster wheel where you just go, 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 go all the time. And it's okay to take a break sometime. It's okay to step back a little bit. Yeah, so those are my tips, Logan. I hope that was helpful for everybody.
That was truly amazing. Thank you so much, Mish, for sharing that with everybody. There's a lot uh, to take in from what you shared with us, so we're really glad you were able to share that with us. I've made some notes here, and I'll be sending them out to everybody about what she's kind of gone over, and we'll definitely have more people sharing on Facebook about this. So thanks everybody for who has been able to participate so far, and then I'll go ahead and get this recording out to everybody so that everyone can see it as well. So just to verify, here's my contact information. The best way of contact is through email. If you want me to chat with you, go ahead and email me that you want me to call you, and I'll go ahead and do my best to contact you when I get to that email or have a free minute to work with you. That's what I'm here for. I'm your administrator for Diamond Club. Feel free to contact me. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can with an answer that you've asked or with a situation that you have a problem with, or if you just need to chat for a minute, that's what I'm here for. Let me know. Let me be your advocate. Let me help administrate to you during Diamond Club. There's a month left, so I know it's getting a bit tiring sometimes, but like me said, sometimes you need to relax and refocus and sometimes rely on your support in your uplines and in your sponsors that you have. So keep moving forward, everybody. You're doing great. Focus on those goals and rank advancing, and focus on the action steps and action goals to get to that point. Let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns. We'll go ahead and see you next week. Just so you know, reimbursements should be going out today, if not at the latest tomorrow. Just so everybody knows, I know it's been a slight delay on that, and I do apologize because I know that you guys really need it during this time of traveling and working with your business. So I do thank you for that. All right, have a great week and keep moving forward, everybody. Bye-bye.